Two patients walk into your clinic with white patches. You give antifungals to both. One gets better, the other comes back with dysplasia. Same color, completely different consequences. So the question is, can you tell the difference in under 30 seconds? I'm Dr. Suman, and today I'm going to show you a clinical shortcut that will instantly upgrade how you diagnose white lesions. No memorizing lists, no confusion, just clear chairside thinking. So why do white lesions matter? Because white lesions are among the most frequent complaints in the oral medicine clinic, and they can range from being benign to potentially malignant and malignant disorders. And knowing what you're dealing with can help you diagnose the potentially malignant lesions before they can become malignant. Now let's simplify this. A lesion looks white for only a few reasons. Either there is too much keratin, or the epithelium is too thick, or something is just sitting on top. Think of it like this. White is not the disease. White is just what your eyes are being shown. In conditions like leukoplakia, frictional keratosis, oral lichen planus, and oral submucous fibrosis, the culprit is an increase in the keratinization. Whereas in lichen planus, nicotinic stomatitis, chronic hyperplastic candidiasis, we see thickening of epithelium that causes the white appearance. Decreased vascularity could be seen in anemia, leukoedema, and scar tissues. Exogenous surface deposits such as pseudomembranous candidiasis, materia alba, or chemical burns from aspirin can also lead to white appearance of oral mucosa. And intracellular edema alters the tissue translucency in white spongy nevus, oral lichen planus, and chemical irritation. Now let's structure your thinking. Instead of jumping to diagnosis, follow a stepwise chairside approach. This is what separates guessing from clinical reasoning. Start with history, always. Ask duration, is it acute or chronic? Ask for symptoms. Is there any pain? Is there any burning? Do you have any habits like tobacco or betel nuts? Are there any systemic conditions? Because many diagnoses are suggested before you even look. Now look carefully. Focus on sight, buccal mucosa, tongue, palate. Focus on the pattern. Is it reticular, diffuse, or patchy? Patterns are powerful. For example, a reticular pattern should immediately make you think of lichen planus. Next, palpate. Is it smooth or rough, soft or indurated, fixed or mobile? Because induration is a red flag. You never ignore it. Now perform your key test. Use a gauze. Apply gentle pressure. If it wipes off, it's superficial. If it does not, it's a deeper pathology. Simple step, but massive diagnostic value. Finally, assess risk. Ask yourself, could this be pre-malignant? Does it need biopsy? Do I need to refer it? Because your role is not just to identify, it is to protect the patient from progression. Now, why have I added this slide in a manner that I have not discussed in the audio is because of the mnemonic WISER. This would be easier for you to remember. W is for wipeability, I is for interval, S is for symptoms, E for extent and site, and R for risk factors. So now, instead of memorizing 20 conditions, you think like this. Does it wipe off or not? If it wipes off, you're dealing with something superficial, like candidiasis, debris, chemical burns, or pseudomembranous lesions. But if it does not wipe off, now it gets serious, because this includes leukoplakia, lichen planus, oral submucous fibrosis, frictional keratosis, and hairy leukoplakia. And yes, some of these are potentially malignant disorders. Do you see the difference? Same color, but completely different risk. We have discussed oral candidiasis in detail in our previous segments. If you haven't watched those videos, I would highly recommend you to watch them. And we would be discussing about the non-scrapable lesions in separate segments. Each of these non-scrapable lesions will have a separate video for them because these are very important for clinical perspective as well as for exams. But one thing that I would like to bluntly mention here is, if your first instinct for every white lesion is antifungal therapy, you're going to miss something important, because early leukoplakia does not scream, it whispers, and if you don't listen, you delay diagnosis. So always be systematic and look for the signs, ask for the symptoms, ask for the pain, ask for the site, check the wipeability, because all of these things will give you the perfect answer. Now this is where things get clinically interesting, because if a white lesion scrapes off, you're no longer dealing with a mystery, you're dealing with a surface phenomena. In simple terms, scrapable white lesions are those you can remove with gauze, and when you remove them, they usually leave behind a red, sometimes inflamed surface. Look at this image here. That's what material is not a part of the tissue. It's sitting on top. That's why it comes off and reveals what's underneath. So, what's causing this? Think of three broad mechanisms: infection, accumulation, and external factors. In infections, we have Candidiasis, we have debris or coated tongue for accumulation, and external factors like medication or poor hygiene. So instead of memorizing causes, think in mechanism. Clinically, these lesions have a very characteristic feel. They are soft, curdy, or plaque-like, and most importantly, they come off easily. Sometimes patients are asymptomatic. Sometimes they complain of burning, especially in candidiasis. Now here's where many people get confused. Not everything white is scrapable. For example, leukoplakia does not scrape off. Lichen planus does not scrape off. So if it is coming off easily, you are already narrowing your diagnosis significantly. Let's quickly scan these examples. Pseudomembranous candidiasis is classic curdy plaques. Coated tongue gives us diffuse layer, often hygiene related. Food debris, irregular, easily removable. Medication related, likely bismuth causing discoloration. These are all different causes, but same behavior. They scrape off. Here's a clinical pearl you should never forget. Always scrape first, then decide. Never jump to biopsy. Never jump to treatment, because this simple step can prevent misdiagnosis. And if needed confirmation, that's straightforward. Take a good history, do a careful clinical exam, and if infection is suspected, simple investigation like KOH smear can help. But honestly, most of the time, your clinical judgment is enough. And the management is simple. Treat the cause. Antifungals for candidiasis, improve oral hygiene, remove local factors, and always follow up to make sure the lesion resolves. Let me simplify this entire slide into one line. If it scrapes off, it's usually superficial, reversible, and less dangerous. But you still need to identify the cause. And remember, not all white is the same, but a simple scrape can tell you a lot. If this helped simplify your thinking, subscribe to Oral Medicine Simplified, because the goal is not to memorize more, it is to understand better and diagnose faster.